Good morning and namaskar to one and all. Mr. Vineet Agrawal, President of ASSOCHAM, Ambassador Anil Tribunayat, who is not only my former boss and mentor, but also a person whom I regard as my friend, philosopher, and guide. My esteemed senior in the Ministry of Commerce, Dr. Srikar Reddy, Joint Secretary VANA, Mr. D.S. Rajora, Assistant Secretary General of ASSOCHAM, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to connect with you on this platform of discussion on India VANA Food Pro Virtual Expo. I wish to congratulate ASSOCHAM for this excellent initiative. The entire VANA region has good commercial relations with India, especially in food sector, and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is one of the biggest partners. Food companies in Saudi Arabia have historical connections with India. Some of the companies have been connected with India even prior to India's independence in terms of trade in food products. The prominent names included are Al Fares, Al Shalan, Al Marous, Bal Sharaf Group, Al Mudayb Group. As strategic partners, trade and supply chains were maintained by both the countries even during the peak times of COVID. India ensured food security of the kingdom, and the kingdom on its part maintained oil and gas during the peak demand periods of India. With the prolonged fight against COVID, both the nations are keen to enhance their cooperation, and therefore I find the topic of today's discussion very relevant and timely. Saudi Arabia's overall food market is expected to grow across all segments in the coming 5 years, reaching $67 billion by 2025 due to a significant amount of dairy, meat, bakery, fruits and confectionery being imported and processed locally. The kingdom also aims to position itself as a halal meat hub, as it is an essential part of the Vision 2030 strategy. The kingdom's food and beverage market is having an estimated annual growth of 6% from 2013 to 2021 due to increase in population, disposable income and inbound Umrah and Hajj visitors. India, being one of the major suppliers of food products, can also explore the opportunities of joint ventures, trade partnership with Saudi companies to discover the full potential of this market. The kingdom has identified India as the best destination to source commodities like rice, red meat, sugar, infant milk powder, seafood, etc. The Saudi Arabian food market is also looking towards importing other grains and then coffee beans, processed food from India, which need to cater to by exemplifying quality, diversity and economic aspects of Indian products. The Saudi Agriculture and Livestock Investment Company, owned by the Public Investment Fund, is acquiring stakes in Indian export companies to secure agro products in case of emergency situations. The SALIC has taken shares in LT Foods, an Indian multinational rice brand under the name Dawat, and is currently in discussions with Allana Foods to take stakes in their abattoirs. We need to explore the more such collaboration opportunities. For the benefit of companies from the entire VANA region, I would like to highlight a few points regarding India's processed food market. Ready-to-eat market in India is projected to reach $900 million with a growth rate of 16%, and the food processing industry of India is currently valued at $535 billion with a growth rate of 8% annually. Companies from the KSA and the VANA countries can also focus on increasing current levels of fruit and vegetables processing in India with an aim to export the final products to nearby the markets. Similarly, collaboration opportunities for storage infrastructure will enable companies with a stable supply around the year by investing in proper storage infrastructure near the raw material source. I am certain that this expo will present and inform the stakeholders about a number of areas of collaboration. I welcome companies from Saudi Arabia and other VANA countries to explore the multitude of mutually beneficial opportunities presented by the Indian food sector. I will also take this opportunity to briefly touch upon ASSOCHAM's commendable role in furthering economic relations of India across the world for the last 100 years. It has been successful in promotion of local business interests and concurrently promoting entrepreneurship. I congratulate them on successful completion of 100 years and extend my best wishes for the future. Thank you.
21वीं सदी भारत की हो, इसका मार्ग क्या हो? विश्व की आज की स्थिति हमें सिखाती है कि इसका मार्ग एक ही है, आत्मनिर्भर भारत.
India further progresses to be Atmanirbhar or self-reliant. ASSOCHAM is ready to play a pivotal role. As the chamber is the most prominent voice of the MSMEs, it is perfectly poised to work in this sector to translate the idea of self-reliance into a reality.
100 वर्ष का अनुभव व्यक्ति हो या संस्था बहुत बड़ी पूंजी होता है और मैं एसोचैम के सभी सदस्यों को इस महत्वपूर्ण पड़ाव पर बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, अनेक अनेक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं.
ASSOCHAM is a constant partner in the progress of the nation. It worked closely with the government since its inception and gave valuable inputs, and the government recognized its initiatives. So, even in its 100th year, despite facing the difficult times, it carried on its activities, serving the nation.
We represent over 50% of the manufacturing GDP of India, as this is a chamber which not only represents large industry, but also small and medium. And its members of over 4.5 lakh organizations make it one of the largest such institution in the world.
ASSOCHAM, celebrating your 100th year, being together, generating ideas, influencing policy, and also showing and making a difference in the ground through all the activities that you are engaged in.
Consumer electronics to defense electronics, to medical electronics, to strategic electronics. We are pushing our boundary far and wide. And I will appeal to many of my industrialist friends present here that electronic manufacturing is the real future of India.
ASSOCHAM को 100 साल पूरे करने के उपलक्ष्य में हृदय से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं और शुभेच्छाएं देता हूं. 5 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी बनाने के लिए आप सब लोगों का सहयोग बहुत आवश्यक है.
We truly will have to look for a more inclusive society. But at the same time, we'll have to be a much more innovative nation. Startups, our young engineers, our young innovators do make all of us proud. I hope industry associations and industry also engages with that new emerging ecosystem much more deeply.
ASSOCHAM has dedicated itself to the service of the nation for ages. From pre-independence till now, it has played a pivotal role in the growth of the Indian economy. The commitment continued even in the difficult times of 2020. ASSOCHAM took its initiatives online and also addressed the issues related to the COVID-19 pandemic in detail. And offline, it worked on supporting society through its CSR activities. but its core activity of supporting the government in its initiatives took center stage in these difficult times.
For an organization with the legacy and heritage of ASSOCHAM, we owe it to society and industry and all our stakeholders to work for the 4 pillars of nation building. ASSOCHAM would work with the government and industry to achieve leadership position in this direction.
ASSOCHAM is a consistent partner in India's growth story. It is the symbol of India's consistent effort to grow as an economic powerhouse. For ASSOCHAM, it was, is, and always shall be India first. We would like to thank all our valuable partners and sponsors who are supporting us on the project.